Hello everybody. So today I am going to present introduction about the machine learning. Before going in detail machine learning, let us see the definition of the machine learning. Machine learning in the sense machine learns as if the humans learns. Here the definition is given by the Tom Mitchell. He said that it is a computer program. In order to learn, they uses experience E in order to perform particular task T, and its performance is measured with P, with the condition that if its performance in order to perform task improves with the experiences, which is called machine learning. That is, it is a program to learn with experience in order to perform particular task T. If performance increases as the experience increases, then we call it as a machine learning. This is defined by the Tom Mitchell. Here there are well-posed learning problems and which are represented in the form of task T, performance measure P, and training experience E. The first problem here is checkers learning problem, that is playing a checkers. The task is to place the checker. Here the performance of the system is measured in terms of the percentage of games won against the opponents. Training experience required here is playing practice games against itself. So coming to the next example, that is text classification. Here text classification means, let us assume that we have thousands of documents. Each document belongs to different categories like sports, medical, education, politics, etc. The task here is assigning a text documents to a set of predefined categories. Here the predefined categories are medical, it may be sports, it may be education, it may be politics, it may be anything. So these are predefined categories. So all the documents are assigned to the predefined categories. As I said, there are 1000 documents, then all 1000 documents are categorized into different categories like medical, education, sports, etc. The performance of that system is measured in terms of precision or recall of each category. Precision and recall means, let us consider precision or a recall. First consider a recall. Recall is also called an accuracy. So we have tested 10 documents. Those documents are unknown to the system, and after testing we got out of 10 documents, if we got 8 are classified correctly, then we can say that 8 divided by 10, that is the accuracy of the system. Here the training experience is, it is a collection of documents with their corresponding categories. So this is one example of the learning problems. So coming to the third example, here you have a handwriting recognition learning problem. So it is represented as per the definition of machine learning, task T. The task is to recognize and classify handwritten words within the images. That is, the handwritten words are maybe written by different writers. Okay. So performance is the percent of words correctly classified. Means let us assume that you want to classify the words which are written by X person. So that is, if the X person words are written by suppose 10 documents, I want to test it. So out of 10 documents, 2 are written by X person, 3 are written by Y person, and remaining is written by Z person. If it classifies correctly, then you will get 100%. So here the training experience is, it is a database of handwritten words with a given classifications. So the next example is a robot driving learning problem. It is in a driverless robot to drive it on a 4-lane highways using vision sensors. The task performance is the average distance traveled by before an error as judged by the human overseer. And training is, there is a sequence of images captured and steering commands recorded while observing a human driver. So based on this training database, the system will learn and it will perform the task without driver. So it will drive on the 4-lane highways using sensors that is measured in terms of average distance traveled before an error. So next, coming to different types of learning algorithm. This is learning. Machine learning is broadly classified into 2 categories. One is supervised and one more is unsupervised learning. Supervised learning is also called a classification. So here the training data sets are accompanied by the labels indicating the class of observations. So here training data means, in machine learning definition, it is an experience or it is a knowledge database. So this, why it is called a training data means, so this data is created by the experts, or you can call it as a teachers. So the every data is labeled with the class labels by the experts. That is called a training data. So next you have one more data set, that is new data you need to classify based on the training data set. It is also called a test data set. And here there are different types of learning algorithms. Supervised learning algorithm, that is decision tree, artificial neural network, support vector machine, AdaBoost, k-nearest neighbors. So these all learning algorithms belongs to the supervised learning. Why these belongs to supervised learning? So these all algorithms takes training set. Training set in the sense all the data are labeled by the experts in that training data set. So coming to unsupervised learning, or it is also called a clustering. Here there is no labels for the data. That is called a unknown. There is a data collection of data, but that data set is not labeled by anyone. It is totally unknown. Here given set of measurements, observations, etc. with the aim of establishing the existence of class or clusters in the data. Here, so based on the some observations or measurements in the sense which are nearest to each other, those are grouped. Those are grouping is called a clustering in the data. So there are two different algorithms, clustering algorithms. K-means K-memoid. So here I gave a simple example for the supervised learning. So this is a data set. Let us assume that data set. Each data set is labeled as a apple. It is also an apple, banana, like this. So this labeled data set we will call it as a training data set, which is used in the supervised learning algorithm. And for the predictor, we'll give a unknown data set. I'll give a different kind of fruits to this one. The predictor or a model says that it may be an apple or a fruit or a banana or orange based on this training data set. So this training data set is created by the experts. Because of that only you will get a accuracy, high accuracy. If it is created by the non-expert persons, we won't get the accuracy, good accuracy. That is why the supervised learning is given labeled examples. Next, we have unsupervised learning algorithms. Here this is a collection of data set. There is no labels at all. The system will not know that what is this, and what all this. Just this is all are unknown. So unsupervised learning algorithms will take input that does not have a labels. Then it will group based on some distance measures. It will take distance of this and distance between this. Then if it is nearest to this, this will belongs to this one. In that, so it will make groups, or you can say clusters. So we have classifications can be done in two-step process. First, we need to construct a model, that is describing set of predefined classes. So model is constructed in such a way that how many classes it should classify using that model. Whether it is a two-class classifier, for example, if you want to take any disease identification, just we consider whether the particular person is a diseased or a non-diseased person. Then it belongs to two classes. So like this, each tuple or a sample is assumed to belong to a predefined class, and as determined by the class label attribute. As I said, the training data set is labeled with the attribute. The set of tuples used for the model construction is called a training set. So we need to construct a training data set for the model construction, and this is created by the experts. The model is represented as a classification rules and decision trees or a mathematical formula. So model is represented as a classification rule. We need to set some rules such that it should classify correctly. Unknown data should be classified correctly. So usage of model means for classifying future or unknown objects. So this model is used to classify the unknown objects. Then the accuracy of the model is calculated using accuracy, that is the percentage of test set samples that are correctly classified by the model. Test set is always independent of the training set. That is, the test set is not a subset of training set. These two are distinctive sets. If you take union of intersection of these two sets, you should get a null set. Or else you can say that the test set data should not belongs to the training set. If it belongs to the training set, always you will get 100% accuracy. If the accuracy is acceptable, use the model to classify a new data. Once you check the accuracy of the model, so if it is acceptable, if it is good, then we can use that model to classify the new data. Note, if the test set is used to select a models, it is called validation set. So suppose if you use the test set to select the given model, then that is called a validation set, or you can call it a test set. Thank you.